Hey guys, welcome back to the Vise Squad. Adam Hortonberry here. Apologies for the delays on the videos. Had a little bit going on, but today we're going to tie up the Ned worm changer. It's a pretty cool little pattern. I've had a couple people ask me to tie it up. This one has a spade tail on it, and that's the variation we're going to do today. Before we get into the video, I want to thank the sponsors, Anadromous Company and Fly Life Company. Check them out. And also, if you need any online shopping, check out fishingandoutdoors.ca for Canadian, fishingandoutdoors.net for US. Like I said, apologies for the delays. I've been MIA, but that's what we're tying. And you can trim it up a little bit more and make it more wormy like or whatever, because it's what you're basically imitating. We're going to start with a 10 mil shank and the little spade tail. You could also use a mop, like little mop, chenille or whatever. Thread doesn't matter. I'm using 210, but use whatever you want. And for this, I'm just going to trim up the spade just a little bit. Basically, I'm making it look like a little earthworm chopped in half, basically, for this certain particular Ned rig I'm doing. Secure it in, a couple wraps, wrap back, clean it up. Then we're going to use a little bit of this, the chocklettes Game Changer chenille in black. And then it helps if you trim it up just a little bit. Give you a clean tie-in point. I'd do 1.5-ish, and then for the purpose of the video, I'm not going to use a ton of resins and stuff, but you can totally hit this with a little resin just to secure it up a little better. Chop that, tie it back over itself, whip finish it. Tying this in a different area today too. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now for trimming purposes, you can do it all before, before as you go, or you can do it at the end. I like to do it as I go. Especially doing the worms, because you get a better taper in my opinion, but to each their own. I like to trim this down to just a little nub, really, because you're at the base of the little worm. Okay. I like to put it in my vise as I add shanks. Makes it easier. Oop. I don't even need this. Get that out of the way. I'm used to my Regal. I got tying this from Zeddy today. Okay. Boom. And then thread. You want to tie back a little bit onto this. Super glue kind of helps gain some traction on there. Give you a Go forward, go back, build you a little ramp. And we're going straight back into that chenille. Wrap the thread forward. Now with the segments, you can go as many as you want. I like to keep it around the 3 3¼ or 3 3, you know, around the 3-inch-ish mark. Doesn't have to be perfect, but that's generally what a net is, so yeah. Good. Thanks. Couple wraps. And again, I'm kind of just whipping this fly out, but you can hit this with a little glue or resin, whatever your preference. If you're fishing bass, pike, trout will even eat this, I'm sure. There we go. And if you want to accelerate it a little faster, just hit it with a little of that. And then trim. Okay. I like to take it out of the vise too. Push out the fibers with your fingers. Then hear the car squeak by. And then we're going into our third 10mm shank. I ran out of the Fly Life Company ones, but you can use their smallest ones too and just do less. Oops. But Flymen are great. Love the Flymen ones. Let's see how many we're gonna do. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 10mm, I believe. And then we're gonna do a ahrex. The trout predator hook from ahrex, or a gamakatsu, or whatever you want. The hook doesn't really matter, honestly. It's just what I had around before starting this video, so that's what we're using. You want a stinger hook, whatever your size you want. I would stick with a 1 or a 2 for the Ned. If you want to do a mini, that's fine, but kind of defeats the purpose. Again, you want to stay in that 3-inch range for the Ned changer. I've been fooling around with other materials too with this. So the creeper stuff from FNF, I believe. I have a couple variations with that. You should try that out. You could do a number of different things, but just play with different materials and find what you like. But this Game Changer chenille seems to be pretty cool for this particular pattern, and the stick bait changer I will be doing a video on as well. Again, couple wraps, you don't have to go crazy. Trim it. Clean it up. Finish it off. Okay. Accelerate that. Doing one more shank, I believe. And then you will get onto the hook. I normally tie up my station, but I'm a late night tying session for you guys, so. Okay. Grab back. Oop, thread's cut in there. Okay. And you can play with colors on this too. So far I've only done in the black, in the olive, and a white, I believe. But you know, you can play with different colors and make it up as you go. Black is pretty, would be a pretty good color though, just to start with. Because, you know, leeches, hellgrammites, all that stuff. And of course, you know, the silhouette, even a bait fish, who knows what they really think it is for this particular one. Okay. And then we're going to continue to try to trim that down. That's the brutal part about this, is the trim job. Try to get that in focus for y'all. Basically, you create whatever taper you want. I like them a little fatter. Some people like them real super skinny, tie them like that, whatever, your pattern. And you know, the blane, you know, the game changer is Blane's platform, but the worm thing, I'm definitely kind of finding my own little niche for, I think. You know, not a lot of things are super original these days, so I'm just trying to do my own thing and trying to create my own little niche, if you will. That being said, I forgot my wire, so hang on 1 minute. Okay. Okay. So you could use a shank, clip it, or a wire. For the worms, I kind of tend to like the wire better. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay, here's another thing to this that makes it a net changer. It's a dumbbell eye that's been flattened on each side with a pair of pliers. And we're going to take it right up to the eye. And just like you would clouser or whatever, you know, you want that right there in the end. Boom, boom, boom. You know, give it a bunch of wraps. One. And then, you know, a couple of them. Take it down to the bend a little bit if you want. My wire. And for a wire, you can use anything. There's no hook going on the end of this, so it's whatever your preference. This is the intruder wire from Greg Sinyo Hairline or whatever. You can use the beadlawn stuff like Kelly Gallup uses or whatever. Or like I said, take a larger shank and cut it off. Use that. And then put it where you want. Oh, the color I used also is chartreuse. Again, doesn't matter. It's just the color I had available since I forgot my wire upstairs at my tying bench. But y'all are gonna get the hint of it anyway. Now you want this as snug as possible, like that. Then wrap forward. Take a pair of scissors. Cut that wire. Boom. Clean it up. Now, for this part, glue or resin. I prefer the Zap-A-Gap for this particular application. Okay. Another tying tip is to invest in a good, what do you call it? Dust buster. Because this is a messy part. Your significant other or whatever is not going to love you for this. That's for sure. Oop. Again, this is, I would even consider this particular game changer like a guide fly, really, because it's not super intense. It's not super pretty. You know, it's not super pretty either, really. But it's going to get the job done, I'll tell you that. Bass, pike. Like I said, this thing could even imitate if you trim it other ways, I think this could be like a dying minnow type deal too. You don't have to do the worm variation to it, but you know, whatever floats your boat. Preen the fibers back and give it a good set every now and again. Front, back. Turn it over. Trim it. Now I like to finish it right there on the other side of the dumbbell eyes we put in. You could also do it behind, whatever your preference again. Now with resin or glue, I don't have my resin down here, so we're just going to use glue. Preen those back, coat that. I would even coat the dumbbell eyes just to protect them a little bit because they're going to get thrashed Oop. I hate this Renzetti. Yeah, we're pretty much done with the fly. We just gotta trim it and we're good. Spent more time fiddling with the vise than I did tying the pattern. Get you a dubbing brush or something. Kind of, I would recommend combing it out the whole time, to be honest. And then just go it down. Again, get the taper you want. And again, towards the tail. I can't stress that enough, especially if you're doing my variation with the worm. I'd trim that next to, like, just get it down to the bare bone, because it's going to look silly if it has a big bushy part back here. And then toward the head here, I like to take it, just give it a good arrow point kind of deal. I like to take it and just angle it in. And you can spend all day sitting here trimming these, but again, for the purpose of the video, I'm just trying to do it quick. You could also tie in a weed guard if you want. I don't really think it's necessary, but if you want to, do it. If you're fishing some extra sloppy stuff, tie in your weed guard. My buddy Jake swears by them, so you know, if you're hunting certain fish, tie them in. If you got a lot of logs in your watershed or whatnot, tie them. Tie them with the weed guard. You would basically start the weed guard on the hook and then tie in your dumbbell eye and, you know, your wire and all that, but I just don't think it's... I'm going to try to figure out if I can add like one of the conventional bass fishing wires to them so it has that bendiness to it. I think that'll perform better than the mono thing, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like them. I'd rather lose a fly, especially smallmouth fishing. I want that exposed hook, because I like to leave a little bit of that fiber there, and that'll help too. Just whatever your pleasure. Trim it up. All right. Put it back in the vise. Trimmy. You know, there you go. Ned changer, about 3 inches. There's a black. There's an olive with a watermelon tail. These are the Pat Cohen's spade tails or something like that. Yeah, tie a couple. Check them out. Let me know what you think. Hit me up. But check out the various websites for us. Check them out. Fly Life Company, thank you very much. Anadramas, who scissors I'm destroying. Awesome stuff. Appreciate you guys. Tie a couple, hit us up. Thanks, guys.